You're watching Wormhole Extremists with Evie and
Hello.
Nicole and
Hello.
me, David Reed. This is Stargate SG1 Season 6, Episode 15, Paradise Lost. And
Yes,
this
it
is a brief
is.
callback to Harry Mayborn in a couple of different episodes, two or three.
Yes.
So,
So this the quoted line that the "you rat bastard" has become very popular with fans who consider it one of the best in the series.
ah.
And you'll actually notice as well that it also deliberately highlights Jack's previous threats to shoot Mayborn, which is a detail that proves significant as their off-world conflict unfolds. Again, I've probably been over analyzing, but I think there's like a little tiny bit of symbolism in Mayborn's hot dog. Like this scene, I think perfectly encapsulates like Mayborn's character. Like just as he helps himself to food off Jack's grill, he's also trying to help himself to a pardon. And it's like a brilliant bit of character work that I think shows how Mayborn feels entitled to take whatever he wants, whether it's a simple hot dog or like a clean slate for his crimes. And I just realized, Nicole, I forgot to give you the time codes, so my apologies.
I just realised that as well. All good. I will try and guess.
I don't want to see things like that.
Dear, oh
You know,
dear.
this is the second time he's eaten a hot dog with Jack with him.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
This is the first
yes,
time
it
I'm
is.
recognizing that.
Simmons. He got Simmons-sized.
He did. Well deserved.
That is now my term for getting ejected from a plane. Or ship
Uh,
of some
So
kind.
you'd be using that term quite frequently, I'd imagine.
Ejected from a
Yeah.
window does have its own term, defenestrate.
Oh. It also sounds okay.
Yep.
Okay.
File that away for later.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine trying to recite your lines while eating would require quite a bit of dexterity.
Oh
And would be
yeah.
very distracting.
Yeah. You can't see it though, like swirling around his mouth, so he's doing a good job.
It's
Yeah.
hard to eat consistently over the course of a sequence, especially because you've
I
got
bet it
things like
is.
the length of the hot dog and the volume of the
Yes.
beer, which isn't really a problem because it's a dark, container. But
Yes. Well, Mayborn just channeled his inner Monty Hall from Let's Make a Deal. He said, door number one, what's behind door number one? Oh, he's so funny. Just like, I guess you won't be needing this anymore. Just throws it onto the fire.
you are what you eat.
God, Jack really likes his like wieners like pretty charred.
Mm. I was gonna say, he's always burning hot dogs. What is his problem? And he's always pouring beer on stuff
He is.
too.
That's his answer
Oh,
to
you'll
everything.
actually notice that that wasn't beer, it was too clear. So it's
Oh,
obviously just
okay.
water. Yeah. Oh,
As
you cheeky
always.
man. I love him so
So
much.
he's so cute. I love him.
I know. So, this episode title actually draws from Milton's epic poem Paradise Lost, which
Hmm.
actually tells the story of Lucifer's fall from heaven. And like Lucifer, Mayborn's pride led to his own fall from grace in the Air Force. So, Milton's famous line about the mind making a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven, I think, like perfectly captures how this paradise planet becomes a paranoid nightmare through that hallucinogenic arugula.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
the
really wanted
entry
to
that's
say
missing from the
hallucinogenic
Omnipedia.
arugula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That's funny.
I want Evie to go back and rewrite all the Stargate Omnipedia stuff with like punny answers
Oh,
in there,
yeah.
punny explanations.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Put my punny spin on everything.
Well, I mean, Shadowcatcher. She used Shadowcatcher last week, and I remember thinking to myself, now, why the hell didn't I think of that when I was writing those entries? That's really clever.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. TM.
TM, yep.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, it is, look, guaranteed, like, this is a pretty far-fetched concept. Like, why would they let him kind of escape?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think he could do that now. I think there's too many cameras everywhere.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Mm,
Big Brother's always watching.
Yeah.
indeed, you do. So I think this episode was shot at the Pit Lake near Vancouver, but I don't know which parts of it. I don't know if it was just when
This is on
they're
set.
isolated. Yeah, I assume it's just when they're just the two of them
Yeah.
with the lake and everything.
It's the same lake, I think, and the same beach or shoreline as I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, God forsake the Incarons. These episode names are going from
Yeah.
my mind. My gosh, when they go to get the nuke ready for the Gadmir.
Oh, that makes perfect
God
sense. Yeah,
sakes.
now I'm picturing it because Sam and Jack have that little disagreement on the shoreline.
Right.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What's the episode name, guys? Come on. All right. My brain sucks.
Yeah,
So-
that just getting
I
older.
dislike the episode, so it's
Oh, really?
So,
Okay, I enjoyed it.
yeah, while this episode actually uncovers like some rare insight into the furling technology and architecture, the mysterious race, still remains largely unseen. In fact, apparently the production team debated including a furling skeleton in these scenes, but couldn't agree on the appearance.
Yeah.
So, Joseph Malozzi later dubbed them the adorable little Care Bears of sci-fi.
It's just a giant koala.
yeah.
It is just a giant koala.
Scorched Earth.
Get that?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, my mind kept on wanting to go Red
That's
Sky.
it, thank
and I was
you.
like,
My
no,
brain kept
that's
going
not
between
right.
two fires, and I went, no, that's the Tolans. Nicole.
Yeah, scorched earth. Good for you. He flew through that thing.
He really did.
Oh, Mayborn.
I would recommend calling an alien locksmith.
Was that lined up, Evie? Was that waiting?
Of course it was.
Because it was just too good. I enjoyed that. Oh, my boo. He hasn't been here since he was, still kind of a
Yeah.
douche.
Yeah, season
So-
3. So.
You know what's kind
That's
of
nice.
funny? I decided to rewatch the movie Double Jeopardy yesterday on some downtime, with Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones from like 1999. And Tom Macbeth was in it. I didn't realize. I actually
Really?
made a note. I made a note
Interesting.
of how many Stargate actors were in it, and there was about 5 or 6 of them. And I think some of the scenes were they were filmed in Vancouver, which makes perfect sense. But yeah, he was like he basically put the nail in Ashley Judd's coffin, so to speak. Like he helped get her convicted. And Jay Brazeau was actually her lawyer. So yeah.
I was watching Smallville earlier, and I was like just reliving all my Stargate memories in there. Every actor, I was like, oh, that episode, that episode.
Yeah. So we're kind of watching Mayborn, I guess, at his most desperate here. Like
Yep.
his NID kind of co-conspirators have fallen. Even Kinsey nearly died, and he like clearly sees the walls closing in. So I think interestingly, this was meant to be Mayborn's final episode, ending in his death until fan interest saved his, morally questionable bottom.
Behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've seen on Stargate any kind of portal that doesn't have an accompanying portal on the other side. It just opens a one-way door.
Yes. Yeah, you're probably right.
The Ninja Turtles had a dimensional portal.
The Ninja Turtles.
that only
Aw.
opened a door to the location but didn't need a corresponding device.
Oh, can't say I've seen a lot of Ninja Turtles,
Oh, you're missing something special.
but my cousins were very much into it growing up, but they're a few years older than me.
Yes, that was Krang's technology from Dimension X.
Uh, so we're
Back on
just
the
about
planet.
to hear Carter address Mayborn as Colonel.
Really? But he was stripped of that
she
title.
she says colonels.
Interesting.
So like it's an interesting error.
Yeah.
So it's like his treason conviction and he was dishonorably discharged. So he was
I
like
think it's
basically
just-
stripped of his rank.
I think she's
So
just a
it's
sign of
courtesy,
respect for
I
him. Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah. But like would it not be a breach of military protocol?
It would be, but they're off-world.
Yeah, I guess.
So.
I mean, Stargate's always breaching that military protocol. You know, what can you do?
Also, this like stolen Zat situation with Carter, coming up in a few seconds. So I think there's kind of like a nice bit of irony, since she and Mayborn have like kind of a history of pickpocketing weapons from each other. But
Yes.
but this time it's really gonna eat her up. Like it's gonna eat at her because it puts, you know, Jack at risk. And I believe that the writers tried really hard to convey how deeply this affects her without making her look like incompetent. He recovered quickly.
He did.
I guess it just revenge and like justice will just do that to you.
Well, he only got zapped a little. Didn't he? I don't think he got hit head on.
No.
Maybe.
Just a light
Maybe
one.
it's
One of those
just
light ones.
They really have such great chemistry.
This look on his
I'd like to
face.
see them on a podcast together.
Yeah.
Oh, I would.
But in
I would
character.
love to have them.
So
Yeah, I'd love to see that happen.
a fan mentioned that this episode had some beautiful crane shots, especially this moment after, you know, they enter the paradise. Yeah, it is some good shots.
Oh, Canada.
It's so pretty.
It is.
Field
I
of
just wanna-
dandelions.
Yeah, I want to make like a snow angel in like the dandelions.
I love how it was so convenient that Teal'c and Jonas were away. So
Yeah, they would have
Very.
whooped his butt. That's what Mayborn was waiting for. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I'll just wait
yeah,
a second."
I'll just wait. He can't go up against Teal'c.
No.
He'll get laid flat.
Oh dear. Yeah,
Dual-walled weapons,
Yeah.
Jack.
Like the Asgard, yeah.
just like Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Show ya.
Yeah.
So I will say, right, you know, Mayborn is for me like just one of my favorites, like absolute babe. He improves every episode, but even this episode, I do kind of struggle even with my love for him. So
Why?
I don't know. I've just never liked it. You know, I've only ever seen this episode once.
Oh.
Seriously? I
don't
enjoy
remember
this episode.
anything. I do not.
I mean,
I
them on the
should.
planet is kind of like stretched out a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it.
Well, the good thing about this Stargate rewatch is it makes me rewatch episodes I dislike, and maybe I'll like it more. So,
Yeah.
That is very, very true.
Lockhart said, looks like the same field the dragon showed up. The dragon. in
Oh,
quotes.
yeah.
Oh, probably.
So, yeah, here's a fun fact that Nicole might appreciate.
Good. Let's get that.
So this episode adds another tally to Jack's stranded off-world count. So this actually marks his 4th time after Nicole's favorite episode, Brief Candle, 100 days, and the 5th man.
Yeah.
Oh, the 5th man.
Yeah, it was a callback to a previous episode, but not really, because Harry lied.
Yeah.
You
Again.
can never trust him.
No.
you can't.
But at least he's like a friendly backstabber, you know? Like he's no longer trying to kill you or anything. He's just, you know, minding his own business. Just
Yeah.
accidentally dragging you in with it. That's why you're gonna go be King Archon the First.
He'll eventually get his own little paradise.
Yeah.
With
I
all the
actually still
wangos
can't
he can
believe
eat.
that they had that episode. I'm so excited to get there.
Dan Ben. I'm not sure that there's a Stargate episode I've only seen once. Yep, I hear you.
Yeah,
I've
even
watched
the ones I
each one
dislike,
at
I've
least
at
three
least
times.
yeah, I've at least seen a couple of times.
I've done
I don't know.
2 series rewatches of Atlantis since the show ended. Definitely one of Universe. I think 2 though. And SG1, I've lost count.
I've
Yeah.
never fully rewatched all of Stargate in a row because there's too much of it, and I'm a mood watcher.
Well,
and
that's
a
what
mood
this
reader,
is.
So,
So
yeah.
just going to take 7 years.
That's why I'm
So,
glad we're doing it
right.
because this is like, you know, because if not, if I was doing this on my own, I would have
deep
skipped half of these
dive.
by now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And that's a
yeah.
shame in one regard because it's, well, I'm a completist, so it's just a shame.
Yeah, you are a completist.
comparatively, I've completed Battlestar Galactica like 8 or 9 times. Never
Well,
skip an episode.
that's
But it's a lot
80
shorter.
episodes long.
Exactly,
75,
so
you know?
It's
doable.
a
And
bit more
season-
digestible.
Season 3 has some clinkers, so...
Yeah.
So I think that was that's like a subtle reference to Chain Reaction.
Yeah,
you know, with the steel
absolutely.
drums at the end.
How old was that invitation?
Yeah, so it looks like they're about 2,000 years late
Yeah.
for that paradise party.
And if it was a furling outpost, it was conquered by the Goa'uld, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely was.
What a view. Man, oh man.
I don't think David can hear the sound, can you, David?
No.
But I wanted to comment on the score,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was a Joel Goldsmith
Yep.
score. It's like brilliantly minimalistic. Like there's like those kind of haunting percussion beats, and it kind of creates like this sense of mounting dread.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like an eerie composition that I think perfectly captures the paradise turned nightmare kind of atmosphere. There's like all these haunting sort of sounds. It's really clever.
I agree.
It reminds me of a lot of the soundtrack from Myst, from what I remember of it.
The game?
Uh-huh. Well, specifically Riven. Riven is set in an older era. But
There's like a recorder here. It sounds like a recorder, like a really haunting recorder.
Captain Holt's favorite.
would skeletons last 2,000 years?
I don't know. Probably not. They'd just be eaten
I
by
feel
the
like
earth.
weather?
I don't know,
depending
but I meant
on the planet.
Yeah.
they're still finding dinosaur bones though. So
Hey, look who this is.
Bill!
I know. I was gonna say, this is his second series appearance, which bridged the gap between his introduction in Prodigy and his season 7 return in Evolution Part 1. And I think Bill Dow himself noted that this was like a pivotal episode for his character. Like it's the first time we see him stand his ground against the main cast, particularly with Sam, and it like marks a shift from his usual supportive role to someone who needs to be the voice of reason.
This is one of those later episodes I watched, so I never knew that Bill had it in him to be like that because their relationship is so good later on.
Yeah.
This was shocking to me.
Well, he also changed kind of position from just a straight up nerd scientist to comic relief.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that just didn't
Yes.
exist with this character yet. And I mean, I still think it's unusual for Sam to be this.
Aggro.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like she's needing, she hasn't had caffeine for a couple of days. I mean, I get like that. It's seriously that kind of a reaction. Like she's not a smoker, so it couldn't be that. But I mean, it's just kind of odd. And
Her
there's
love
the
for
planet right
Jack's
there.
Too strong.
Right, exactly.
I think-
I see what they're trying to
Well,
do, but it's
as-
a little overboard.
No, I mean, yeah, I
Not for us.
buy it, but
Yeah.
There you
but
go.
I think it's got more to do with the fact that she can't figure this out. She doesn't know where Jack is, and they just lost Daniel. So
That's true
it's
too.
just, yeah, it's just opened up a fresh wound.
Is
just
Daniel
how I view
referenced?
it.
I don't think
Yes,
so.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
really?
he is. He is because
Oh.
in the I don't know if I should mention this before
No,
the
go ahead.
scene,
Go
but
ahead.
in the locker room scene with
Okay.
Tilk,
Yeah.
Oh,
she
that
literally
scene.
says
That's
she
this
literally
episode.
It
says
feels like we just
yes,
lost Daniel. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is a special episode for that alone. That's a great moment.
Agreed. And it just makes my shipper heart sing. So
Oh my
100%.
God.
I will say you're saying that like Sam's aggro is like pretty like not believable to a degree, David, but like I get that aggro when I like can't find something that I've misplaced,
Yeah,
as
but
like in real
you're
Aggies.
not the acting commanding officer of a unit.
No, I'm just
So
a wench in my house.
that's right, a house wench. So
a wench in your house with unmanageable hair, apparently.
Yeah.
whom we wouldn't have, at least I would not have noticed at all had you not said
No,
nothing. So
exactly.
yeah,
Sorry. I
I'm
think
So
sure
I
it's
think
Petter
it's
doesn't
kind of
mind.
I think it's kind of interesting that like Jack just criticized Mayborn for drinking like straight from the lake, but right
Yeah.
after we saw him a few seconds ago filling his own canteen.
Yeah,
So
but he dropped it.
like
He
did
dropped a
I miss
tablet in it.
something?
Yeah, he had
Yeah, I
a
was
he
gonna
had an
say
iodide
Phil
tablet that he
Okay,
dropped
so he
in.
had like a water
Uh-huh.
purification
Yeah,
tablet.
it was in
Okay,
his other
that's what I
hand.
thought. Right, I didn't see that bit. Okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't see
I
him, do
just
you?
this is so.
sassy Sam.
It's just a little too intense. I
Yeah,
know it's TV.
Sam
It's supposed to
didn't
be dramatic. I get it.
Sam didn't even get like this when like the black hole was about to suck Earth in and all their lives were about to come to an end. So if I
Yeah, but
compare Sam's reactions to like other times, like 100 days, that was a really long time.
like Daniel was very much her like her emotional compass, I guess. And she doesn't
Oh,
have him at the
yeah.
moment. So I
Yeah, but I
think
mean,
she's just feeling lost. Like they basically went from him dying, like didn't they like go straight to a mission?
yeah,
Like Jack wanted them
yeah,
to go
Yeah.
and it
straight
was
into
pretty
that mission.
bad. Yeah,
So, and it
she
was
was.
a bad
Yeah,
mission. So,
everyone was really
like she
upset.
hasn't
So
had, I don't think she's really had time to reset and
that's
like
a fair point.
decompress.
Like if I look
So
at
I think it's
Revelations,
literally just
yeah,
building.
okay, that's fair. The beginning of Revelations, that's the same personality that we're seeing right now.
Yeah. My favorite thing is that Teal'c is always able to like sense everyone's feelings, while like ironically,
He's actually
Daniel,
really receptive.
right? It's because he's such
Whereas
an
Daniel's the
observer.
sensitive one.
He's
Like
blind,
but he's blind to that sort of stuff,
literally.
which is weird.
Yeah. It's very bizarre. I always found that very interesting, Just goes to show like how much
Mm-hmm.
Teal'c like when he's not talking, he's actually contributing in his own way, which
He
is
is, yeah. He's still
yeah.
taking things in.
Yeah.
He's already eating the flora.
He
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Arugula.
Actually, like apparently this was actually a playful jab at Robert C. Cooper, who absolutely hates arugula.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's actually
Oh
called
no.
rocket in the
Oh no.
Commonwealth countries, so I guess they just called it arugula for the American audience.
Oh
Was that a ball of C4? What was that? Was it just a
I
ball of
know it was
plastic
some sort of
explosive?
plastic explosive.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
apparently, in a very, it was a very humorous story from Tom.
This is
He actually
great.
recalled being told that Mayborn was special ops, despite not knowing that previously. And this came up when he was supposed to be throwing these plastic explosives, something he wasn't trained to do. And Tom got to have some fun with that scene. He mentions that throwing fish at Jack was a memorable moment where he could improvise and go off script.
I love the way the Jack's like so wrong on so many levels. Like
Of
this is a man
course,
who
it
likes
hits
to
his
fish.
right. There's something
Exactly.
spiritual about that for him, but I
There
mean,
is.
they're in a life or death situation now, and they're hungry, so blow up the
Exactly.
freaking
There's
fish.
no time to waste. But I
there's
guess,
something so nasty about blowing them up.
he's probably hoping to like preserve the explosives and stuff for like an absolutely, necessary situation, and he's happy just to like take his time with the fishing. But I guess when you're hungry, you're hungry. Also, guys, the mug I'm using today actually has an image of Jack from this scene on the
Brilliant.
side.
Brilliant. Very Evie of you.
I know, it really is. So I'm just admiring my mug.
Mm.
I wouldn't give him a gun.
No.
Not
No.
now. Oh shoot. He wants. Oh boy.
Yeah, you brought us here.
Yeah.
He could
What
take
David
you,
said.
man. That you're not getting a gun. It's not happening.
Well, you literally said "oh shoot," which I think is very just.
David, your dad said iodine tablets. Is that what they do to purify the water?
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
Didn't know that.
iodine. Ugh, iodine's
Yeah,
got such a
is
strong
right.
flavor.
Yeah, but it's drinkable after about 15 minutes. So.
Oh, does it dissipate the taste of
Oh no,
iodine?
no, it definitely stays.
Ah,
but you can
ugh.
drink it after about 15 minutes.
I was gonna say I would
Okay.
gladly do the 15-minute iodine wait than risk all the parasites in that water.
True. Yeah. I wonder how many tablets, because they would have been on his person, like on his jacket or something. Wonder how many they had stuffed into the little pockets.
Oh, he's gonna bury the rest.
Yeah,
of
not very
the...
well though.
Well, I mean, doesn't want to forget him. Does Harry find him?
Harry's literally watching.
Oh, well, there you go. Jack's not very stealth then right now, is he?
No, he's lost his edge.
They've all had too much arugula.
Yeah. Yep, he's got arugula brain. You still look like Harry's just watching.
Oh, well, there we go.
Oh dear, dear.
Harry POV.
Lockwatch said the fish they were eating was smoked salmon.
Oh, ooh.
It looked a bit pink.
Well, it had
you know.
pink. Yeah, because it kind of looked to me like it was undercooked, but salmon would make sense.
That's what I was wondering as well. I was like, is that salmon? Salmon is not Evie's favorite fish,
No, it's too
Fun fact.
fishy. I'm one of those people who doesn't like fishy fish.
which is ironic because I don't really like fishy fish, and I eat salmon because to me it's the least fishy.
I thought
so
that
our
salmon
taste
was
buds
supposed to
aren't
be a
aligned.
least fishy tasting fish.
Yeah,
It's not. To me, it
No?
tastes like dirt. Like it tastes earthy. I don't know how else to
I
describe
think
it.
Evie's taste buds are broken.
Okay, fish like tilapia, cod, halibut, flounder, and haddock are generally considered to have a mild taste and not considered fishy.
There you go.
Cod, I guess, is what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
We have usually I can eat snapper.
Mm.
Like snapper usually doesn't have much of a flavor.
Did you check the moon?
Yeah.
moon
What was
right
that?
there,
That big
guys.
thing. That big thing. You can't really
Yeah.
ignore it.
Jalro.
Yurish Toss said salmon cakes are yummy. I don't like fish cakes. They're grim.
I actually like fish cakes.
Oh, we do not agree on palate sometimes.
2 weeks.
That's a long time to be.
That's
Yeah,
a
they're
long
there for a
time,
month.
yeah.
I think
My
they're there for a
IBS
month.
could never.
Oh, but you'd have so many
Jeez.
leaves to use.
Oh, just not for me. Not for me.
So Jack has exclusively been eating the fish?
I think he's been trying to avoid the arugula.
The arugula.
Okay.
He runs out of options in a second.
So, he took the P90. Oh boy, here we go.
Hmm.
My dad said, I guess mahi mahi doesn't taste fishy. So,
Oh, I don't know if I've had mahi mahi.
I
Yeah.
haven't in a
Probably
long
not
time.
probably not available
Yeah.
as readily in Australia.
Yeah.
I
ditto.
had some in the Philippines.
Ah.
Rat
Yeah.
bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. That's exactly what Jack's thinking.
There were 2 clips, and I think there was a grenade, at least. So
Mabel's gonna go fishing with that grenade. Wait, would a grenade still go off under the water?
yeah,
It would, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. it'd have to drop a really severe. I wonder what the maximum pressure depth of a grenade is.
Yeah.
There was quite a few people online that commented on Jack's stubble. Like if he's been there for a couple of weeks, it should be a lot longer than it is.
It should be properly bearding it up, yeah. Do you think he's
Yeah.
been just taking his sharpened blade and just been trying to shave it a bit?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I not want to have to clean a beard. I can't imagine they smell very good right now.
Mm,
Oh, that'd smell awful. I mean, even if they were able to shower, I mean, they've only got not shower, but like, bathe in the lake. Then they still got their clothes, and it's not like they have
Oh, he's
the
starting.
arugula. Yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
God, just eating just wilted leaves. No dressing.
Yeah,
Ew.
I couldn't do. I have to
No.
do salad with dressing.
Investigator Jack.
Yeah, it's quite cool actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
He can put stuff together.
Well, there were quite a few people on some of the forums for this episode confused by this, like they couldn't figure out what he was doing.
He's
And I was like, well, he
marking
doesn't verbalize it, but he's
locations of
marking the locations of the
Yeah.
corpses, or at least the number of corpses that he finds.
I think they're at a circle around the camp. Oh,
Yeah.
Like a sacrifice.
color
So
shift.
I love the color shift. It's so good, like when he starts to feel the effects of the plant. And I think the cinematography like really steps up, like using increased contrast and
So
like those
Mabel's been
bleached
seeing
out
everything
colors.
Yeah.
like this for a while.
Yeah. And it's like a visual signal of his descent into madness. I think it's really clever.
Mm.
Also, there's a picture here that he knocks over, and then it's right back where it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
and then in 1 second, it's right back on the top. Yeah, there it is.
Those little details.
So, someone on Reddit commented on the sense of paranoia and suspense created by the camera work in this episode. They said that they found Jack's like delirious behavior and running around with a gun to be quite creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Nicole, it's got like 40 seconds until the locker room scene.
Oh yes. That's warning for me to be quiet so Evie can do her thing.
No, not at all.
I was hoping you'd have a fun fact for it. Damn.
No, I meant like I have my own thoughts, obviously.
Okay, good. We can appreciate it together then. Oh.
Yep.
Mm.
I assume they just used like a fish skeleton or something.
Yeah, it's a little symbiote skeleton right there.
Yep.
Mm. Mm. What do you think symbiotes taste like?
Fish.
Chicken.
I was going to say
Everything
like
tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Little gold.
No, actually, like chicken, macaroni, and cheese.
Okay, here we go. So what I was going to say about this scene as it's like it's sort of it's a rare scene between Sam and Tilk that really showcases their rarely explored friendship. And I think it also shows Tilk as like the team's emotional anchor. Like Amanda Tapping specifically fought to include this moment, which was apparently filmed weeks after the principal photography, seeing it as like crucial to humanize Sam's harsh behavior and make up for a similar scene that was cut from Meridian. And the scene also beautifully foreshadows their future interaction in Grace. Where Tilk has a very similar conversation with Jack. So it sort of highlights Tilk's consistent role as the team's perceptive confidant, which I think is very true.
I feel like I don't see him being the emotional support for Daniel as much, because I feel like Daniel is able to kind of be a bit emotional, but I feel like because Jack and Sam are always having to kind of push that stuff away because they're military, Teal'c is able to like see that and like support it more, you know?
Well, he understands because he's a warrior himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
It's
love.
a great scene.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm so glad that they included it.
I will say additionally, I hope this doesn't come across as like, bad or anything, but, in the past, around this time as well, women have always been, considered the more emotional side. So to see someone on TV, like being a man and being characterized as someone who's so full of emotion and so supportive, it's like, yes, men have feelings too.
Openly
Yeah.
openly vulnerable with someone you care about.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
here comes the piggy.
Beautiful to see. Oh, that shot. I love that. Isn't that in the opening
He
sequence at
shot
some point?
Harry instead. Yes, it's at the beginning of, I think, season 7.
Yes. Yep.
He looked very cool, very hot. Urish Tosh said that Teal'c's the meat and potatoes of SG1. like
Oh,
that.
he is.
Oh, got him good.
So I actually really like the symbolism here, like Mayborn's actual blood showing through these like bleached out tones. Like it's like reality is quite literally bleeding through their like hallucinatory state. I think it's
Mm.
it was a cool decision.
Oh boy,
He always
here we
wants to
go.
shoot you.
Screw you,
Yeah.
Mayborn.
Yeah. I think there's kind of like a nice bit of symbolism in both men hallucinating the pig. Like it's pretty fitting that Mayborn, who's like our favorite optimistic scavenger, is trying to like trap one. And of course, in classic like Mayborn fashion, his trap ends up hurting Jack instead.
Do you think they hallucinated the pig?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Both of
Yeah.
them?
Yep. Yep. It
They're
was like
both
a joint
hallucinating a pig.
hallucination. Uh-huh.
You're
Arugula
playing
really
with
likes
me.
pigs. The Arugula has a pig fixation.
I assumed
It
that there was a
does.
pig on the island. Or
No, I
wherever
don't
they
think
are.
there was. I don't think there was.
I would assume that it is just a that it is just a hallucination. They're both
Yeah.
fixating. Happens to be a pig. I don't know why they're both saying it. Big coinky dink, but
I don't
yeah.
know
Oh, that
what's so
grosses me
unreasonable
out.
about there being a razorback or any kind of pig on the island. I mean,
Sure, like they could be. The way
Yeah, I
that
just
I
assume they're both
interpreted
off
that
their
scene
Interesting,
is that
okay.
it was a hallucination.
yeah, there were a
Yeah.
ton of javelina in Phoenix. Let me tell you, and they would gore you if you pinned them in where they couldn't get out. They would
Oh,
fight their way
God.
free. That's definitely it.
You're about to see that light globe above her head.
that's
The light
Sim's light
globe's
bulb
flickering
moment.
at the moment. It's just
Yep.
flickering, and then it's on now.
Mm-hmm.
She's figured it out.
Are the planets on the key?
She explains it.
Ah, there we go.
And no one looked.
It's on the key.
Yeah. Clever.
Big brain.
Clever girl. Hello, Ian. Welcome to the party.
Season 6. We are getting through it.
Oh, the color is lighter now.
The
'cause I
color's
guess
changed.
He's figured it
Yeah.
out, so he's
Yep,
quit eating.
yep. He's gone like cold turkey or cold I don't know.
He's gone Black Ops.
He has. So, note to self, if a Gorwald shows up to your paradise planet with a housewarming gift, maybe don't accept
Maybe
it.
don't accept.
Like a
Especially if
housewarming
it's a
plant.
regular.
Well, don't
Yep.
accept gifts from Ball.
No.
No, never
No.
accept
They
it.
have a habit of exploding. I think that's how Sobek bit it.
So, this intense shootout scene at the hut actually required like serious safety measures.
Mhm.
I think that the crew were wearing like face protection, and RDA was wearing earplugs to handle the 16 practical bullet hits that embedded into the set. And I think despite being offered his stunt double, Dan Shea, for the sequence where he rolls away, I think RDA actually did it himself.
Huh.
Oh boy. Good shot.
Yeah, it is.
He knows he's done for.
He does.
cooked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have chosen not to turn now with a loaded weapon. That's what get him that's what gets him shot.
The look on his face. Oh, that's how that feels. He really could have. He really could have killed him.
I was gonna say the
And-
implication is like that they could have really, done that.
I'm sure it was a strategically
You think he strategically
placed
placed
bullet.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He would have had to have avoided was it the femoral artery? Because that would be like almost immediate
Did
death.
you
wouldn't it?
shoot him in the leg? Where did you shoot him?
Shot him in the where is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is the leg.
Okay, and that was enough to knock him down. All right.
I think all that arugula,
The arugula.
he
No,
was just he was really high.
Where was he
and
shot?
so-
No, wait, I think I think it might be in the abdomen.
Okay.
Shoulder? Looks like it's the shoulder.
I think this is my favorite scene of theirs. Except for the one over the phone.
Yeah.
Yes. With the steel drums. Is that the one you mean?
Oh, yes. They all killed themselves.
Mm-mm.
It is cool to see Jack have to figure stuff out himself.
Lockwatcher
only
says
took
this
him a
scene was a
month.
Rick idea.
Yeah, you're too much of a pain in the ass. Keep coming back, please. We like you. I honestly never thought that this scummy man, this piece of crap, could be so lovable.
Yes. Yeah, I thought the same for McKay.
Yeah.
Well, Jack has a dark aspect to his nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a part of him that recognizes the same thing that he saw in Tilk, which is that
That's true.
he does believe in giving people another chance.
Yeah. So the fan reaction to Mayborn's character arc, I think, really captures like his complexity. One Reddit viewer put it, they love him and they want to punch him at the same time.
For sure.
And I think it's exactly this like love to hate quality that sort of helped evolve him from like a one-dimensional NID operative into one of the show's most delightful, complicated characters. And I, for one, am extremely grateful that they kept him around for a little bit longer. And I just wanted to quote, I was watching some like behind the scene footage the other day of this episode filmed by RDA, and
Yes.
he had this quote, and he said, "War is hell. At least I have my own makeup lady on the front line." That was funny.
Jan Newman.
Yes, Jan.
We have a good joke here, which is that Anthony said that it looks like the field dressing was on Mayborn's chest, and then Anthony said, no, as no Lockwatcher said afterwards, the field dressing would go great with the greens they were eating.
Yes,
I was
the
complaining
side
there
of
wasn't any
field
dressing.
dressing. Why didn't I think of that?
Paradise Lost.